I would like to call order to a special city council meeting. The time is 6:39. City Clerk Duarte, would you please call the roll?
Yes, Mayor Pro Tem. Councilmember Frometa,
Present.
Councilmember LaPlante,
Present.
Councilmember Trujillo,
Here.
and Mayor Pro Tem Alvarez.
Present. I would like to invite former Mayor Rick Rodriguez to lead us in the invocation.
Good evening, and thank you for allowing me to be here, council and staff. I want to share something with everyone before we begin. In the Bible, in the book of John 1, verse 1, it says, "In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was God, and the Word was God." Tonight we celebrate the installation of two great people that won an election, that worked really hard to prove how hard they wanted to serve our city. But reality, we're celebrating God's will. So let's pray and give thanks for God's will. Let's pray for our city as always, to desire to serve God's will. Let's pray. Heavenly Father, we gather here before you in this place, a place where the rules are made, decisions are made, and hopefully your will is done. God, we invite you here in these chambers and pray for our city. We give thanks for Claudia Frometa. We give thanks for Hector Sosa and their families and their hearts to serve. Lord, we pray that you give them the wisdom and courage to always do the right thing during their time of service and in this place. And keep you in the center of their hearts as they make all decisions. Lord, we pray for the Frometa and the Sosa families. Protect them, watch over them, guide them. And lastly, Lord, we also ask you to bring this place joy and happiness and a spirit of calmness. All want to serve you. We pray all of this in Jesus' name, and all God's children said, Amen. Thank you very much.
I would like to invite Joshua and Luca Sosa to lead us in the flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I would like to welcome members of the public participating virtually and in person. I would like to acknowledge former mayors and council members in the audience tonight. Please stand to be recognized. Mario Guerra, Rick Rodriguez, Alex Saab, and Blanca Pacheco.
Kurt Cartosian is here too.
Oh, Craig Cartosian as well. I would also like to acknowledge the city's commission board and committee members that are in the audience tonight. Please stand to be recognized. We also have in the audience several representatives from local legislative office, elected officials from surrounding cities, and community members who will be introduced during presentations. Before we move on to tonight's presentations, we have one special item of business. Adopt a resolution of the City Council of the City of Downey, California, reciting the fact of the general municipal election consolidated with the statewide general election held on November 8, 2022, declaring the result and such other matters as provided by law.
I move we adopt the resolution.
Second.
That way I get myself in the minutes for one last time.
Where's the resolution?
City Clerk Duarte, would you please call the roll?
Yes, thank you. Councilmember Prometa,
Yes.
Councilmember LaPlante,
Yes.
Councilmember Trujillo,
Yes.
and Mayor Pro Tem Alvarez.
Yes. We will now move on the next item of business. I would like to call upon City Clerk Duarte to assist with the special presentations.
Councilmember LaPlante, will you please come down to the podium?
Donald, thank you so much for all you have done during your time on the City Council. You brought invaluable experiences and showed us just how much you truly care for our residents. Your efforts and dedication to serve our city have been important in continuing to make Downey a wonderful city. Thank you again for your service to the city of Downey.
We need to balance, we've learned how to balance the photos, there's nothing else. Come on. This will be in tomorrow morning's paper that's already been printed, right, Alex?
Thank you, Donald. This is your time to say something.
We have some special guests that are here to present certificates of appreciation to outgoing Councilmember LaPlante. I will call up the first guest is Blanca Pacheco, Assembly Member.
Is this your first presentation?
It is.
It is.
It is.
I am getting the first certificate from Assemblymember Pacheco.
So, thank you. So I was actually going to say that. This is my first certificate, but thank
You
you.
passed out plenty of certificates, but this is your first
My
one as an
first one
assembly
as
member.
Assembly Member. So, Don, thank you so much for serving on City Council. You came during a time that we needed stability. We needed you. We needed that vote and that voice in which already knew our city, that was already dedicated to our city, that was well loved by our city. And so I want to thank you. I want to thank you for serving on City Council. I want to thank you for all the sense of humor you provided. I also want to thank you for the historical knowledge that you provided to us here on council and also at every single ribbon cutting. And so on behalf of the Assembly District 64, which is 500,000 residents, I present to you this first certificate of recognition from the State Assembly, from myself as Blanca Pacheco. And thank you for your service and dedication to our city.
Thank you. Yeah, yeah, this is a real signature. They don't even have the printed one yet.
Next, we have Christopher Perez from the Office of Congresswoman Roybal Allard. Roybal Allard, I'm sorry.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here in the beautiful city of Downey. I am here on behalf of Congresswoman Lucille Roybal Allard, representing California's 40th Congressional District and the more than 700,000 residents that reside in it. So tonight, I am here to present this certificate of congressional recognition to a man that, as the Assembly member has said, has provided so much sense of humor and has provided so much stability to the city, and words can't express our sense of appreciation for you, which is why I'm presenting you this certificate, which reads, in honor and appreciation of your outstanding commitment and dedicated service to improving the quality of life for the residents of Downey during your tenure as council member. Signed, Congresswoman Lucille Roybal Allard. So here you go.
And I know Congresswoman is still back in Washington working.
Yes.
And we appreciate all the work she's done for this district for the last 30 years. We've had a chance to say thank you to her personally, but please convey our thanks for all the work she's doing and is continuing to work up until January 2nd.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Next, we have Ivan Solik from the Office of Supervisor Janice Hahn.
Got you the big one.
Well, yeah, when I left the school board, it was in the pandemic, so we didn't have all these cool,
Right?
cool ones. Yeah.
Well, good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure being here representing your county supervisor, Janice Hahn. It's a pleasure to honor a man, as it was said, who was needed at the right time for the city, Mr. Donald LaPlante. So on behalf of Supervisor Hahn, who's now the chair of the Board of Supervisors, and the 10 million residents of LA County, I want to present this proclamation to you in recognition of your service to the city of Downey during your 1 year as council member. Congratulations. Thank you so much for your service to the people and of I believe, the 2nd District of Downey. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
From the City of Santa Fe Springs, Councilmember Juanita Martin.
I have it back and forth even.
Thank you. Good evening. Well, we never had the pleasure of working with each other, but what it sounds like, it has been a fun thing up here to work with you. Congratulations on your retirement. Enjoy it. Hopefully, are you going to come back again or no? If you are, we're next door and we're here to help you with whatever you may need. So congratulations on your retirement and thank you so much for your service.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
From the Downey Chamber of Commerce, Michael Calvert and Carmen Gonzalez.
Oh, yeah. I'm making sure of that. No, I'm not stealing the Blanca Pacheco ones.
Hello, I'm Michael Calvert. I'm the Executive Director of the Downey Chamber of Commerce, and this is our Board President, Carmen Gonzalez. That's it. Thanks. No, I had an opportunity to have my children educated under the regime, I guess, of Mr. LaPlante. And to see him on city council was really a delight. And as an educator, I watched him try to educate some of the members of our audience. And maybe it fell on deaf ears, maybe not. But anyway, I wanted to say thank you, and we appreciate your effort to be at our ribbon cuttings as well.
Thank you.
All right. There you go.
And I want to say thank you also on behalf of our board of directors. Thank you so much for taking time to attend our chamber events and all the support. Congratulations.
Even better, I got to ride the Christmas parade. And thank you for giving me, the guy who was driving in that cool Mustang said that's the one that Dallas Raines gets at the Huntington Beach 4th of July parade. So I got the best car for sure.
And then members of the Downey Unified School District.
Old home week.
We've done this before.
You tried to get rid of me and it didn't work.
Good evening. We're happy to be here and as a district and the Board of Education to present Donald LaPlante with this certificate of appreciation from the students of the Downey Unified School District and also the residents of the City of Downey as you have served on the Downey City Council. Thank you so much. I've been on the board 17 years, and you were there many years before that. Yeah.
I'm old.
Oh. Okay.
Councilmember LaPlante also received certificates from the cities of Hawaiian Gardens and City of Whittier. Is there anyone else present that would like to come up and present a certificate that I didn't call?
I got one from Paramount too.
And City of Paramount. Thank you. It's all yours.
I'll be brief. I'd just like to thank my council colleagues for their kindness and collegiality over these past few months. I believe we've made real progress as a city, and I hope that it continues moving forward. I'd like to also thank the city staff for all of their hard work and dedication, from all the department heads down through every police officer, firefighter, maintenance worker, and every other city employee. We have a great city staff. Please know that. Please continue to support them in their efforts. I especially want to thank our interim city manager, Mark Scott, assistant city manager, Vanya DeRojas, assistant to the city manager, Maria Rivas, our council secretary, Monica Delgadillo, city clerk, Alicia Duarte, and our interim city attorney, Lauren Langer, for all the help and support that they've provided, not only to me, but to the council during these last few months. And I have, here's the humor part. I have 2 remaining unanswered questions that staff has yet to be able to figure out. Public Works has not been able to come up and be able to tell me the difference between a dead end, not a through street, and no outlet. They all look the same to me. When I asked Delfino, he said he thought it was just whatever sign was first on the, corner there that week. So, And the one that really continues to bother me, and I know it bothers him too, I do not understand why the fire chief drives a white car instead of a red car. The fire chief, we need to get him a car that looks like it belongs with the fire department. And I know he likes that idea too. Thank you all. I appreciate the opportunity to have been of service to the community. Thank you.
Next, I would like to ask former Mayor, Assemblymember Blanca Pacheco, to please come forward.
Blanca, congratulations on your election to the California State of Assembly. Your devoted services during these 6 years of the City Council is commendable. Your leadership and advocacy for our city and our state capital is sure to bring continued greatness to our city. I am appreciative of your devoted services and commend you for remarkable accomplishments. Thank you, Blanca, for your service.
Same group voted at the rank differently. What's up for your new office? What? Oh. If you want, I can hand you all the stuff here. You're gonna have plenty of stuff for your new office, I'll say that.
Next, to present to former Mayor and now Assemblymember Blanca Pacheco, Christopher Perez from the office of Congresswoman Roybal Allard.
Good evening again. So I have had the honor and pleasure of knowing the following person for a little bit over a year now. In that year, I learned that she is a fighter and a dedicated member to her community. She has had the difficult task of running the city not once but twice. For the first time in 2020, becoming the first Latina mayor of Downey, and once again in 2022. And as we all know, these have been some of the most difficult years in recent history. And thanks to her leadership, Downey has been able to come out stronger and more resilient than ever. So I am presenting you this certificate on behalf of the Office of Congresswoman Lucille Roybal Allard, and it reads, "In honor and appreciation of your outstanding commitment and dedicated service to improving the quality of life to the residents of Downey during your tenure as mayor. Signed, Congresswoman Lucille Roybal Allard of California's 40th Congressional District." So thank you for everything you've done. You've been amazing, and the city of Downey and the new 64th Congressional District is lucky to have your leadership.
Next, we have Ivan Solik from the office of Supervisor Janice Hahn.
Let us start a round of applause. Well, hello again. here representing our county supervisor. And it gives me real great pleasure to be here to honor such an incredible woman. I remember 6 years ago when we first got elected, and I was given Downey as my assignment. I was like, "Where's Downey?" I grew up in San Pedro. Now I live here. But I remember you being sworn in right here at this dais, and I remember after that we started to get to know each other and really work on some real critical issues here for the people of Downey. Food insecurity, homelessness, housing, our beautiful Rancho Los Amigos, particularly during the pandemic, making sure that we had testing, making sure that we had vaccinations. And so it's really been an honor to be here 6 years now to honor your great work in the city. There's a lot of people in government that talk, but let me tell you, she walks when she says she's going to do something. And so it's really a pleasure. So on behalf of my boss, Supervisor Hahn, and the 10 million residents of LA County, I would like to present with you with this commendation in honor of your 6 years of service to the residents of Downey. As a Downey council member, now you will continue to provide the service to the residents of Downey in the State Assembly. So congratulations, thank you so much, and I can't wait to continue working with you.
From the City of Santa Fe Springs, Councilmember Juanita Martin.
I'm not here as a council member to now in Assembly. I'm here as a friend, as a colleague that became friends, and it's been an honor. It's been an honor to know you. It's been an honor to be here as another Latina. We had our election party together this year, and I don't even know what you were even there for. You had this. I mean, there was no doubt in my mind and many of here that you would ever not be where you're at. It's because of your leadership. So thank you so much. It's gonna be great working with you too. And like I said, you're not leaving me as a colleague, you're leaving me as my friend, and we will continue to be friends after this. So thank you and congratulations.
From the Downey Chamber of Commerce, Michael Calvert and Carmen Gonzalez.
Blanca, congratulations. We're so excited. We're so proud of you. Thank you for all the minutes that you attended. We provided such a great information about our beautiful city. Continue doing wonderful. We're very proud of you, and we'll see you around. Congratulations.
I thank you as well. I appreciate all the support that you've given the chamber. And because I care about you, that you're the only person that I would play the UCLA Fight song for at a public function. And I do want to share 2 words with you that has really helped me get through any problem that I hope will help you in Sacramento, and that's fight on.
Members of the Downey Unified School District.
Thank you. I'm the Vice President of the Board of Education, Martha Sotatani, and we have beside me, Linda Saldana and Gigi Perez Saab and Nancy Swenson and our distinguished superintendent, Dr. John Garcia. So we're all up here. He is. See, Michael started this cheering back and forth. In all sincerity and appreciation to you, Blanca, for all your years of service, the Downey Unified School District and our Board of Education honors you and thanks you so very much. We wish you the best.
Former Mayor Pacheco also received certificates from the City of Compton, City of Hawaiian Gardens, City of Lakewood, City of Paramount, City of Norwalk, City of Whittier, and Governor Gavin Newsom. Is there anyone else present that would like to present a certificate to former Mayor Pacheco?
Good evening, everyone. It is such a pleasure being here with all of you. I still remember my swearing in 2016, and I remember being here before many of you, and so it's truly a pleasure. I'm super excited. I'm just proud of everything that we've done here in the city of Downey, and I want to start off with just congratulating Hector Sosa and Councilmember Fermetta for winning your election and re-election. I know both of you will do a great job and continue doing a great job. And you both have the heart, the passion, and the dedicated service here for the city of Downey. And so I know you will both do a great job. So I wanted to start off with that because today is really all about it's Hector's big day. I told him today is his big celebration. So I want to make this as brief as possible, but I did want to thank our exceptional city staff for all that they do. I want to thank Monica Delgadillo, if she's here. She is the backbone to the city council. She makes sure that everything is calendar. She makes sure that we're on track of everything that we need to do. And she is dedicated, she is hardworking, and she truly cares about our city. Also, our city clerk, Alicia Duarte, she runs our council meetings efficiently. And to Vania de Rojas, our interim assistant city manager, exceptional. And all of these people are exceptional. I've worked with them for the past 6 years, most of them. And so I have seen how exceptional, how much they care about our city. So I also want to thank Jason Chacon. You'll still continue to see me at all the events. Ben Decau, who's somewhere around here, he has an amazing voice. So if you haven't heard him speak, you should really listen because he's got a great voice. And everybody can attest to that, right? But he oversees our library and our space center. Delfino Consunji, thank you. I'm sure you're probably going to be glad I'm not texting as much anymore, but thank you for everything that you do. Maria Rivas, thank you for all that you do. I know it's a lot of work, so I appreciate everything that you do. And then our interim city manager, Mark Scott, he stepped up and he has helped also lead our city during difficult times, and also our interim city attorney. Thank you so much. I'm gonna miss sitting next to her as well. So just exceptional people, people that keep our city moving forward, it's because of our staff that we look good on council. They do all the hard work. We just show up to events and we speak. But they're the ones that really are the backbone to our city. And also, I want to give a huge thank you to our police officers in the back. Please give them a round of applause. And also to our fire department as well, to our police chief, Murray, to our fire chief. It's because of them that we have great departments. And to both of you, I'm not going to be far. So if there's any concerns that you have, please reach out. I'm here to make sure that both our police and fire department have friends in Sacramento. And to our Downey residents, thank you so very much for allowing me this opportunity to serve you both on city council and also to serve you as your mayor. It has been a true pleasure. It's been a joy. Sometimes we've had difficult days, but we did it together, and that's what it's all about. And so to the council, I know you will all work together for the betterment of the community. You will do your best to help the residents. You will work well with our staff, with our police, with our fire departments, to make sure that they have a voice here at the local level. So I want to also commend the council for all that they will do, and I look forward to seeing especially Hector in your role as a council member and also as a future mayor of Downey. So thank you. I know I keep thanking him, but it's his day. Remember, it's his day. And to my amazing mother in the back, thank you for the support, for the love. You truly are the person that I am today. You always take me to the airport, make sure I'm everywhere I'm supposed to be, taking my pictures. She goes to events. She's usually my +1. So thank you, Mom. I love you very much. And to our Downey residents, I'm not going to be far. I will still be going to all the events, but now I have to share my love with 8 other cities. So I will still be here. You can't get rid of me. So I want to represent you well. I want to do my best for our Downey at the state level, along with those 8 other cities. But just know, I live here in Downey. My heart here is here in Downey. My family is here in Downey. And all of you are truly like family to me. So thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for everything. And before I conclude, I have a short video. This is actually the first time I'm watching this video, so thank you all, and I wish everyone a wonderful evening.
Next item of business is administration of oath of office and in presentation of certificates of election to a newly elected council member, District 2, Hector Sosa. City Clerk Duarte, please administer the oath of office to Hector Sosa, District 2.
Yes, Mayor Pro Tem. Daisy Sosa will administer the oath of office to Mr. Sosa, and Greg Welch will hold the Bible.
Is that good? Okay.
I, Hector Sosa,
I, Hector Sosa,
do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith
that I will bear true faith
and allegiance
and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the State of California,
and the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will
and that I will
well and faithfully
well and faithfully
discharge the duties
discharge the duties
upon which I am about to enter.
upon which I'm about to enter. Thank you. Thank you.
I present to you your oath of allegiance and your certificate of election,
Okay.
and then also your council member pin.
Thank you. Good evening. Thank you all for being here. Can you hear me okay? Thank you. First off, I just want to give a special thanks to his years of service and stepping up in the interim where we needed someone with to represent stability, and his decades of service to our the school board here in Downey. I want to give a big shout out to Donald LaPlante. I do have a pretty humorous side, so I'll try to match him at some point. Also, want to give a special shout out. Very proud of this woman. She's going to be representing us, do Downey proud, and happy to have some someone repping us, repping our hometown of Downey in Sacramento. Let's give it up for Blanca Pacheco. Well, you know, they say once you get into politics, you start losing your hair. Too late. I'm hoping to reverse that. And once I find out the formula, Greg, I'll let you know, okay? So it's an honor, a blessing, and a privilege to be standing before you tonight, to be serving as a councilman for the city I grew up in. And Downey's a great city. It's a beautiful city, isn't it? It's a great city. That's why we're here. You know, Downey's been good to my family and I. I remember in the early years of my childhood, the first part of my childhood I spent in the city of Bell. And no one knew about the city of Bell until about 2010. Thank you. I remember we used to come over here as kids, my mom. Let's give a special shout out to my mother right here, Estella. Love you, Mom. We used to come here as kids, and we used to go to the outdoor Stonewood Mall. Yes, for half of you, Stonewood used to be an outdoor mall. And we used to go to Farrell's Ice Cream Parlor. Who remembers Farrell's? Yeah. We used to go there, and you know what? It was such a fun place, and for me, that was my first impression of Downey, and it was all good. And loved Downey for that, and you know, I said, you know, this is a great city. Even as a kid, I recognized that. And Downey, with its future unlimited, so much potential. You know, fast forward to the mid '80s, my siblings and I, we moved to Downey along with one of our parents, and we started attending the Downey Unified Schools. And I attended Griffiths Middle School, and then I went on to Warren High School. Yeah, go Bears. Hold on. You know, and at Warren High is where I met my lovely wife of 24 years, Daisy. Yes, thank you. And, you know, speaking of high schools here, do we have any Downey Vikings in the crowd? Okay. Listen, congratulations on the two huge CIF championships this year. The water polo team and the boys water polo team and the football team. Let's give it up to Downey Vikings. Listen, in front of all of our friends here, my pledge to you, Downey Vikings, is I promise that I'm going to work hard over the next few years to try to be neutral, okay? Please forgive me in advance. I'm known for randomly just blurting out, "Go Bears," right? So please forgive me in advance. It's all good. I got to get me one of those split jackets just like Dr. Garcia. So my wife and I, you know, just a few years after high school, we got married, and we decided to stay here in Downey and establish our roots here, our family here. And we rented a small, humble apartment, one-bedroom, humble apartment on Stewart and Gray Road. And, you know, after a few years, we were able to save up enough money and realize the American dream here in the city of Downey and purchase our own home. And, you know, Downey's been good to us. Downey's been good to us, so that's why I've been serving for so many years through youth sports, through Kiwanis, through Gangs Out of Downey. And, you know, I can tell you that, and I look across this room, I see a lot of people that Downey's been good to. This is a great city, a very collaborative city. There's so many groups that work with each other for the betterment of our residents in our city. I encourage you to get involved if you're not, or if you are, get more involved. It's a rewarding experience. I can't tell you how rewarding it was for me, especially as a youth coach for over a decade and a half. I still keep up with a lot of the kids that I used to coach, and it's a beautiful thing. So it's a responsibility, almost an obligation for us to give back, because Downey's been good to all of us. Downey's been good to us, so we have an obligation, a moral responsibility to pay it forward to the next generation of stakeholders. Okay? You know, I can tell you, going through this whole campaign process, it's a grind, but it's also a blessing as well. You know, walking my district, was very touched by the overwhelming show of support that I received. People were starting to hear about my name. My experience and service to the community was really resonating with folks. So I want to do right by them. I heard their concerns, And, we're going to be working from day one. And I'll tell you what the initiatives, my main initiatives are that I'm going to be working on. So first off, we want to bring stability back to City Hall and recruit and attract the most qualified executive staff to represent us. Also, we want to tackle the homelessness issue. It's a very sensitive and complex issue. We want to show compassion that those that don't have homes, but at the same time, we want to be able to, keep up the quality of life for our citizens here, who pay high mortgages and high rents to live here in the city of Downey. Also, we want to address the rising crime. Downey's not alone, but we want to be able to work closely with Downey PD and see how we can help our residents out in that area. Also these are specific, some of them, talking to the residents, I meant what I said. I hear their concerns. We want to address the speeding issues up and down Stewart and Gray and the corresponding cross streets, Brookshire, Downey Avenue, and Old River School Road. Also want to look into why we have a bike lane on Old River School Road. I don't understand that. Anybody here from District 2? I go up and down Old River every day, and I never see someone on a bike. I almost feel like jumping on my bike just to make use of it. I also want to ensure that all Downey-based youth sports programs have equitable access to all fields in the city. And where's Jason? I'm going to call you first thing tomorrow morning, okay? Right after I call Trader Joe's. Yeah. We also have good representation from our school district and school board here. I want to work closely with you guys to build a stronger strategic partnership to ensure the most optimal opportunities for our youth here. And Dr. Garcia, I'm also going to call you tomorrow morning as well. And that, yeah, well, Trader Joe's. Well, here's the order. It's Trader Joe's, Jason Chacon, then it's Sprouts, and then Dr. Garcia. Let's go. I want to give a special shout out to our fire department. Let's give it up to Chief Dan Herlock, Fire Department. Thank you. I also want to give a special shout out to our very own Downey Police Department, Chief Murray, and our these are the good guys. Okay, much respect for you first responders. My message to you is that we appreciate you, we hear you, and most importantly, we need you. Yeah. I also want to thank, I can't thank everybody that's helped me throughout this process because we'll be here all night. We'll be here till Christmas. You guys who have helped me, you guys know who you are, and from the bottom of my heart, I've thanked almost all of you personally. But again, there was the outpouring of support from former mayors to our community leaders to people that I've been associated with over the years. It's been a blessing, and I can't tell you how much that means to me. So that's why I really emphasize putting in the work in the community and walking the district and knocking on as many doors as I can, because I had a lot of support behind me, and I don't want to let anybody down. And I know this is a big opportunity for our city. So I do want to give a special shout out to 3 individuals that I just met this past Sunday at the Christmas parade. And their names are Carlos Flores, and I told him I'd give him a special shout out. Carlos Flores, Andy Palomar, and Rigoberto Palomera. These guys went the distance for us. Kirk Kartosian, do you know these guys? No? Okay. I'll tell you why. These guys, yeah. the reason why I bring this up is because many of you know that the parade car we were in, beautiful 1970 Cadillac, convertible Cadillac, beautiful. It just didn't run. And so these three guys that I just mentioned, they jumped out of the crowd. They had a front row seat, and they helped my sons push the car. And this was in the beginning of the parade. And I got out to push as well because I felt bad. And Kirk's like, no, you got to stay in the car. And so we're pushing. I got Alpha News over here. He caught me right when I was pushing the car, you know, and the video made its rounds on social media. And, you know, what these guys, you know, I'm pushing the car and they were insisting. I just met these guys. They were insisting, Hector, get back in the car, man. You belong in the car. And I'm like, no, we got your back, man. You know, and it was cool. I just met these guys. And to me, that's what Downey's all about. These guys represent Downey. And I do have to mention that I had, you know, one amateur political strategist come up to me afterwards and say, man, Hector, you know, pushing that car, man, that was a good political move, man. I'm like, dude, the car broke down, man. Got him at there. I want to thank the good Lord for allowing me to be here. I want to thank my family, my parents. You know, I believe my dad's watching via YouTube. You all met my mother already, Estella. I just want to tell you, Mom and Dad, that I love you both very much, and I hope I'm making you proud. And Trujillo told me recently it's okay to get emotional, you know. But Mom, you know, thank you so much. You and Dad really taught me to be loyal to family, to friends, and anything I've been associated with. And I thank you and I appreciate you for that. I love you, Mom. I want to thank my siblings. I believe they're watching via YouTube. I want to thank my home squad. Without the blessing of my home squad, my wife and my two sons, I wouldn't have run. They had to give their blessing. They had to be all in. We had many discussions and we prayed over it many times, and ultimately they were on board. So my sons, Lucas and Josh, I'm proud of you, proud of the two young gentlemen that you guys are becoming. And yeah, thank you. And they serve the community just like us. So we're raising them up. We're raising them up to be good stewards here in the community. And to my beautiful wife, Daisy, of 24 years, thank you so much, and just the endless love and support for being there and having my back, you know, during the thousands of hours I put in youth sports, your gangs out of Downey, Kiwanis. You were always there for me, and I truly appreciate you and love you for that. Thank you. In closing, I want to thank the District 2 residents for putting their faith in me. I realize that we can't possibly agree on everything, but at least we can have some dialogue, we can have a conversation. And you'll always know where I stand. There's always going to be clarity. I'm a straight shooter, and I think real talk is what's needed at this level. And you know, being elected to city council is a noble responsibility that I take very seriously. My pledge to you is I will lead with humility, full transparency, and I'm going to keep it real with you, and that I will always put the best interests of our community ahead of anything else. And I can tell you there's no room for divisive partisan politics at the local level. So I'll ask that we come together and simply always keep it Downey. Okay? With that said, thank you all. Have a good night, and God bless you all. Thank you.
Councilmember Sosa, before you take your seat at the dais, I would like to invite Ivan Sulik from the Office of Supervisor Janice Hahn to come up for a special presentation.
Hello again. Well, it gives me great pleasure again to be up here honoring the newly elected council member for District 2, Hector Sosa. We look forward to working with you, council member. As you know, the County of Los Angeles, I think, is the largest property owner in your district with Rancho North, Rancho South. And so we look forward to working with you for our beautiful hospital and also the property that's down there. I know we have some ideas, and so we're looking forward to that. So on behalf of Supervisor Hahn, I want to present you with this commendation, the first one to fill up your wall. Congratulations.
Appreciate it. Thank you. You have them come.
Can we please invite the Sosa family to step forward?
Well, here, let's go.
Now, Councilmember Sosa, can you please take your seat at the dais?
City Clerk Duarte, please administer the oath of office to Claudia Frometa, District 4.
I would like to invite Councilmember Frometa forward for the oath of office. Daniel Frometa will administer the oath, and Jessica, Emily, and Sarah Frometa will hold the Bible. And I would also like to invite Mr. Frometa forward.
Get closer. Get closer. Yes. Good.
I do solemnly affirm that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
I, Claudia Frometa, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the Constitution of the United States
and the State of California,
and the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties upon which I'm about to enter.
and that I will faithfully discharge the duties upon
Which I'm about to enter.
which I'm about to enter.
We did it.
We did it. Thank you, family. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. I am thrilled to be able to serve the residents of Downey another 4 years. It has been one of my greatest pleasures over the last 4 years to serve the community my husband of 26 years and I have called home. As my good friend and newly elected council member, or newly sworn in council member Sosa mentioned, Downey is a special community. We have special bonds and linkages that unite us. We have been serving, many of us, in various groups and organizations for decades. And we know we've raised our children together. Our children have played sports. And this is such a privilege to be able to serve this community. We have an amazing school district. We have a police and fire department that are dedicated to our community. Many of you grew up in this city, and we've seen the changes, and we have embraced the challenges. Certainly the last couple of years have been challenging for all of us, for our world, for our communities, and yet we have continued to move forward in unity. And yes, a lot has happened in our city, and we continue to evolve. But tonight is a night of celebration because we've come together once more as a community to recognize and applaud the efforts of a community leader that knocked on thousands of doors, somebody who has grit, Hector, and somebody who is committed to serving this community. As a representative of District 4, I can tell you that I not only represent this district of nearly 25,000 people, but I represent all of Downey. And my interests are to serve all walks of life, everyone in this community. We've all gone through, as I said, different challenges. We've all, at some point, as my council colleague mentioned a few minutes ago, came here and loved this city. We rented, and we lived in one-bedroom apartments, also on Stewart and Gray Road, and we sacrificed and we worked really hard to achieve the American dream. And that is the beauty of America. That is the beauty of this city. And we continue to remain strong and steadfast. And regardless of what has happened in our world, as a community, as the 10th largest city in the county of Los Angeles, we must continue to be committed to moving our city forward with vision. And yes, we've seen a lot of changes, and some of those have been really disheartening. But I am committed to serving this community the next 4 years with vision and in unison with a city council that will remain committed to serving the residents. Not our own interests, but the interest of the entire city. Right? We have tremendous opportunity ahead of us even though financial experts are telling us a recession is around the corner, the city of Downey economic stability remains strong. We have been a fiscally prudent community, and we will continue to be that way. We have enough in our reserves, and we will continue to manage that very dutifully, very carefully. At the same time, we will look at opportunities to develop and to look at areas that need to be brought in with economic development. I know that we've talked about many plots of land. Many of you have discussed and called and emailed about many areas in our city that have remained vacant for a number of years. And let me tell you, there is work underway. And I believe that Downey's better days are ahead of us. We have 20,000 students in our school district, and we have incredibly committed superintendents and school board and our teachers who put their heart on the line every single day to inspire and to motivate the next generation of servants. And we are here tonight, another ceremony, and I thank you for giving of your time. All of us, in some way, shape, or form, are shaping the next generation. Some of us with our time, some of us with our talent, and some of us with our time, talent, and our treasure. This is it. I always say, life is not a dress rehearsal. We don't get another opportunity. This is now. And Downey, for those of you that are attending via Zoom and those of you that are here, I want to tell you that in my commitment to you, of course, before my family, before God, is that I will continue to serve you with my heart, with my mind. And this community needs to continue to be engaged and come together. We can no longer afford to allow the mob of a few to come and disrupt our council meetings. The mob of a few Yes, thank you, Herman. The mob of a few that do not live in this community, that like to terrorize us, that like to terrorize our families. Downey, enough. I ran again because I am committed to turning this city around. And Hector, thank you for running. Thank you for running. Had you not run, my friend, I would not have either. There is too much at stake for the good residents of Downey to sit back and do nothing. Council members, and this has been recognized in our state by the governor, who signed also a bill preventing the mobs to continue to abuse and disrespect council members. And so things will be different moving forward in our council chambers. But I need you, Downey. I need you. I need you. The city needs you. I need you to be more present, and I need you to help me, because by helping me, we are helping this city, the 115,000 residents that are counting not just on me and the votes behind me. They're counting on you. We need to keep each other accountable, but they're counting on you to help us turn our city around. So thank you tonight. Thank you for your vote of confidence. I truly love you, and I love this city. And winning by 68% of the vote, really by a landslide, says a lot. So thank you. Thank you. And you know, people will say what they say. and they will invent and manipulate the truth. But we know we have a great city, and I look forward to serving you for the next 4 years. And to my former mayors and colleagues and friends, you are the pillars of this community. I appreciate you, Rick, Alex, Kirk, Fernando, Mario. You guys, wait, I'm going. You guys have been the pillars of this community. And I will continue to call on you for wisdom. And I know your heart is in the right place, so thank you. And Blanca, you are the second woman that I served on council. And I will miss you. I miss you already. And I know that Downey will continue to be your favorite city. But I know that you will continue to serve with your heart and doing the right thing. And I know that Downey will continue to count on you. Congratulations. And thank you, everybody. Good night.
We will now take a 15-minute recess. Please join us in the lobby for the reception.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, hello. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to restart the city council meeting in about 5 minutes. If you're coming back in, would you please join us in the council chamber? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to restart the council meeting in 4 minutes. If you would please rejoin us inside if you're planning on attending the rest of the meeting. Thank you.
We will now reconvene the city council meeting. The time is 8:38 p.m. Now is the time for the city council member announcement, requests for future agenda items, conference meeting reports. I will start on my far left with council member Trujillo.
Thank you. So let's see. I think our last meeting was November the 10th. It was a long time. I had the pleasure of attending the Veterans Day celebration, beautiful event at our Space Center. Most recently, the Shop with a Cop. What a great event. Got to see the kids, and that's a core memory for them. I hope it's a core memory. They rode in a bus, and our police department was waiting for them. It was just a great event. The Christmas tree lighting, amazing. The crowds, it was so awesome to see our community come together during the holidays. Thank you to our staff. I was talking to Maria about expanding it, maybe doing something so there's less lines for our kids and they can participate in maybe carnival rides or something like that. But I do realize it's a lot of work. It's an idea. We'll continue to discuss it. Thank you to the Chamber for an amazing holiday parade. That was a well-attended and well-done, well-organized. And lots of swearing-ins. Unfortunately, I was not able to join our Assemblywoman at her actual swearing-in in Sacramento, but I hope that she will have a community one that we could all be invited to. And Blanca, you know how proud I am of you. I still remember running after you in the hallway, right, at Moss Courthouse, because I had seen you in the paper, and here you are today, and I couldn't be more proud. And congratulations to Downey for making history and helping the first time a seated legislator has been a resident of Downey. So you continue to make history, Blanca. Congratulations. And yes. Congratulations to Sheriff Luna. To his swearing in, it was amazing. A lot of electeds, a lot of people there, but the best picture was with Dolores Huerta. We got to have, Henry and I were fortunate to be able to have tacos with her and her daughter, Juana. So that was a great event. And congratulations to my colleague, Councilwoman Frometa, another 4 years. Yes, and congratulations on your landslide. Well done. I saw the amount of work that you put into it. You are loved. So congratulations. I look forward to working with you. And congratulations, this is his big day, to my new colleague, Hector Sosa. Welcome. Yeah. I look forward to working with you, Hector. It is an amazing city. It's a beautiful city. I always say, this is where I'm going to die. I want my grandkids to be so proud of the city that they'll stay so that I can see them almost every day when I'm older in life. So I welcome you. We have a lot of work to do, particularly in the area of business. Being more efficient and delivering better service to our business owners is going to be one of my key focus areas for the next 2 years. And I know already that I'm going to have great partners in making sure our business owners are receiving the attention they need. So welcome, sir. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yes. And Donald LaPlante, thank you so much. You definitely made it easier for us this last year, and I'm just very appreciative of you stepping up, and thank you for your service, sir. I do not have any items for staff at this time. Happy holidays, Downey. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Trujillo. Next will be Councilmember Frometa.
Thank you. Good evening, everybody. I'm going to keep my comments short. I know we have business to take care of, but I just want to say thank you to the staff for pulling such a successful Monday night tree lighting ceremony. We had probably close to 1,000 people, and it was such a beautiful event. So thank you, Public Works. Thank you, Maria. Thank you, police, fire, everybody that contributed to making that night a success. This is a very loved community event, and we really had a wonderful time. My one ask is, and we do have to look at the budget for that, but I know a lot of people came up to me from last year to this year too, is, Councilmember, what happened to that beautiful Christmas tree we used to have? Is I would like us to look into purchasing an actual big Christmas tree that we can keep for years to come. But all in all, great event. Everybody had a wonderful time, and so thank you for that. And again, I did attend the Veterans Day celebration. Thank you to our veterans and our military families. We continue to provide services through the Veterans and Military Reintegration Center, and we want to make sure that veterans' families are provided with training and the resources they need as they transition into civilian life. And I just want to wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, however it is your family celebrates. Have a wonderful season. Please stay safe, and we will continue to address the issues that you keep emailing us about. The issues of increased transient activity. We are seeing that up and down various corridors, and we're going to be addressing that. I know our police chief and our law enforcement officials continue to be committed to the speed enforcement activities in certain segments of the city, and we continue diligent on that. More to come. I know we have a lot of work ahead of us, but we also need to take care of the business in front of us tonight. So thank you for still remaining with us after this reception. Thank you to the commissioners. A very special thank you to my planning commissioner, Carrie Uva, in the audience. Thank you for being here. And have a good night, everybody. Merry Christmas, and God bless you.
Thank you, Councilmember Farmeda. Councilmember Sosa?
Yes, thank you.
Right there.
Oh. Technology. I also attended the Shop with a Cop, as I have in the past few years. Great event for the kids, and it keeps getting bigger and bigger. And an organization I'm involved with, Gangs Out of Downey, always contributes to that. Great event. You just see the joy in the kids' faces when they get the gifts, and also get to hang out with these the cool guys, the Downey PD. So also, as you know, I attended the Downey Christmas Parade, which reminds me, I think my wife left, and if she left, I might get a ride from Kirk Hartosian on the way home. Okay, good to know. That is a great event, and honestly, it was a blessing being out there. Just the turnout from the community, rain or shine. It was probably, if I'm not mistaken, the most or one of the better, well-attended parades in recent history. And that's Downey. People were loving being out there, and got to see a lot of familiar faces in the crowd as well. So good job, Mr. Calvert and your team, Carmen. Great job on the parade. Also, I got a chance to attend the tree lighting ceremony. That was an awesome deal. Another huge community turnout. So that's what Downey's all about. People are just happy to be out and be festive. So again, this is my first time here. Looking forward to working with you guys. Thank you, Mario, and for the kind words. And Claudia, Catherine, looking forward to working with you guys. Big shout out to Claudia. Congratulations once again on being reelected. Let's give it up for her. Also, Mark and Lauren, thank you so much for welcoming me, and looking forward to working with all you guys and all the city staff as well, so we can get some good things done for the betterment of the residents of Downey. So with that said, I'm looking forward to the next 4 years of serving this community, and you need to reach me. I'll be accessible. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Councilmember Sosa. Not having no comments today. So interim city manager Scott, do you have any comments?
I think this has been such an incredible night, and it's been such a wonderful meeting, full of great speeches and heartfelt comments, and we're so appreciative of those that were directed to the staff. I do not think this is a night where you need a long report from an interim city manager. So I thought that would get applause, actually.
Okay, let me applaud.
Yeah, you learn after a while to ask for your applause. What I will say is that for the last several weeks, last several meetings, I've been making comments to people who would be potential city manager candidates, urging them to look for the good in this community because there is so much. And I've been making these speeches to them. I don't have to do that tonight because you all already did it. This is as gracious as you could imagine, and anybody who's a candidate for city manager or any other position in this city, or maybe a council candidate who's looking in, you all said it tonight. What a great place this is. Thank you.
I will now take public comment on agenda and consent calendar items. If you did not receive a numbered card and wish to speak, please proceed to the back of the room to be issued a numbered card by the city staff. Before we begin the public comment period, I would like to remind members of the public that the city meetings rules contained in Downey Municipal Code prohibit any conduct that disrupts, disturbs, or interferes with the orderly conduct of the meeting. Copies of the meeting rules are located in the back of the chambers. The speakers who violate these rules and cause a disruption will receive one warning and then may be removed from the meeting. Violations of the rules of decorum for council meetings may also result in an administrative fine under the municipal code or a citation for a misdemeanor under Penal Code Section 403. The City Council acknowledges the right of the public to address issues that are within the city jurisdiction and invites the public to do so during the City Council meeting. However, this right must be balanced with the need of the City Council to conduct the public business in a fair and efficient manner, free from disruption of disturbance. We expect that everyone who participates in today's meeting, from the members of the council here on the dais to staff to the members of the public in attendance, do so with the respect and dignity. Please refrain from using profanity, name calling, or behaving in a way that disrupts this meeting. This includes yelling, whistling, booing, screaming, and any other outburst that disrupts or disturbs the meeting. Any conduct that interferes with or disrupts persons who are addressing the city council. Any conduct that interferes with or disrupts council members while they are speaking. And any other conduct that disrupts, disturbs, or interferes with the orderly conduct of the meeting. I remind the speakers that your comment must be addressed to me directly and not to any other council or staff member of the audience. City Clerk Duarte, did we receive any writing public comment to be incorporated into the record?
We did not, Mayor Pro Tem.
I will, just keep it. I will entertain a motion and second to receive and file writing public comments.
So moved.
Second.
Please vote. City Clerk Duarte, how many speakers? Oh, sorry.
Yeah, we
Please vote.
actually didn't receive any written public comment, so we will not need to take a motion or a second to receive and file.
City Clerk Duarte, how many speakers have taken a number?
We have a total of 7 speakers.
Based on the number of speakers, each speaker will have 4 minutes to address the City Council. All speakers must remain seated until your number is called. Speaker number 1, please approach the podium and deposit your number card into the bin.
criminal quality that resigns or recall. Now, what that means is that someone has indicated to us that Miss Prometa challenged people about her job. Like when the night she approached me out in the parking lot in her white Mercedes with her husband and accused me of something and accosted me with threats. Now, Madam Mayor, that's a good point to point out because, you know, that asshole governor of ours, he's a jackass. And I say that because we're trying to bring up a minimum wage of $25 only, and we have to wait till 2024. Why? I thought the discussion you brought in with Kaiser and your crony friends was a done deal. Now we have to wait longer for a $25 raise. Why is that? In addition to that, I like to read into the political arena, which often is abusive of political issues, and that is A Dirty Nigger by Brandenburg Girls, Ohio, US 395, 444, 1969. Because some assholes here in America don't understand the law. To send the Jews back to Israel, save America, let's go back to constitutional betterment, bury the niggers, give us our state rights, freedom for the whites. Nigger will have to fight for water in Downey every time it comes up. Because we're hearing stories that our water, our contaminated water wells, have become an abuse of an issue among what's going on with the water districts. And it seems that we've fallen into a trap. And I sure hope that District 2, Mr. Hector Sosa, can save us from this blessed bad dream. Because back in the day when the assistant city manager sat there, Mr. Askew got paid for doing shit, that motherfucker just walked out of here with a nice paycheck and a retirement. Because the city of Downey, taxpayers that actually own a home, want to give him money to stay at home. So thank yourselves for that, for being idiots. Now the issue here is whether Snyder and Phelps, that once again, God hates the USA. Thank God for 9/11. God hates fags and the Taliban for fag doomed nations. Now, not that we are blessed but just cursed, but that God and dead soldiers don't get along. And why is that? Because the Pope is going to hell, Mr. Trujillo. For God in the book of Romans, since you guys are all religious here all of a sudden, hates homosexuality. Romans chapter 1, 26 through 27. In addition to that, you're going to hell. And God hates you. Hates you for your lies and your missing beliefs to mix up the ideas of the youth that it's okay to be a faggot this time and a faggot next time. Just be a faggot the way you are and keep it to yourself. We don't need that with our children. In addition to that, I'm submitting all these documents into the record because, again, we're finding out truths about a criminal enterprise. A criminal enterprise that you guys elected. And I plan to fix the streets and sidewalks still here in Downey, as I will, on record, as I say it, will get the ADA coordinator from Washington to come and investigate some of our absent sidewalk and streets that the taxpayers walk on, and path of travel that lead them to buses and stations are absent. So thank you for your time and congrats. There you go. For the record, Mommy, I think you have somebody out there, you know.
Are you going to give me the sign, Herman?
Wants to say something, you don't even say it. Who? Oh, you wanted this? There you go.
Which one?
Who's this one? The speaker number 2, please approach the podium.
Okay, good evening, everybody. Well, there's obviously a lot of hope, a lot of optimism. Let's hope it works itself out in a positive direction. There are some things, though, I mean, we need some levity here tonight. It isn't all roses, okay? It's not. We have cancer in this city, and it's killing this city. But we can hopefully cut it out, at least some of it out. We have problems with our mayor pro tem, a disgrace, an embarrassment to this city. As a 40-year resident of this city, this is an embarrassment, ultimate embarrassment. We can thank our previous mayor for casting the deciding vote, for making the mayor pro tem as acting mayor tonight. That will be the previous mayor's legacy. That was her decision. That was her value system that she stuck by. Also, from the fictional District Number 5, also cast a deciding vote to make this mayor pro tem acting mayor tonight. Maybe we can take care of some of that cancer of the recall on January 31st. That's up to the voters to decide that. And hopefully they will come out and do their due diligence, which they've done ahead of time, and cast those votes that are necessary to remove that part of the tumor. We need to have openness in this city council. We need to have openness with the Central Basin Municipal Water District. It needs to be brought forth at every meeting, a report of the corruption that's going on in there. We need to understand the role that John Askewy, our former assistant city manager, played. We need to understand the role of our previous mayor, the role that her and her law firm, OMLO, played. We need to have this thing laid on the table to take care of these issues. We know the elections are rigged. We know LA County Registrar Recorder does whatever they want. However, if you overwhelmingly win, they can't fix it. Congratulations for an overwhelming victory. They couldn't take it away from you. That's good. We need to stop the camera blocks for public speaking at the city council meetings. We're not going to do like Bell Gardens and Santa Fe Springs. We're not going to block it off. People should be seen and heard. We're not going to suppress public input on these things. That is a cancer. That is a cancer. We need to have public hearings, a lot more public hearings on issues, not shoving everything into the consent calendar and then having 25 issues and everybody just gets 3 minutes to talk about one thing. We need to have openness. We need accountability. We need people's input. We don't need West Hollywood values with the cards. This is, stuff that they do over in West Hollywood from our interim city attorney. We don't need those values in Downey. We need to start taking better care of our money and our values and stop rewarding the grifters in this city. The Stay Arts Gallery, the Downey Arts Coalition, the gay picnics. They can do those things privately, not with our money. We're tired of it. You can pay for it yourself. And they can pay for their stuff themselves too. I love art just as much as anybody, maybe more so. But if I want to go to the Stay Arts Gallery and they want to charge me a price, maybe I'll pay. All right, thank you, everybody.
Speaker number 3, please approach the podium.
Lee Squire, Vietnam era veteran, son and nephew of World War II veterans, and a civil rights advocate. Public comments. Public comments are subject to freedom of speech under the First Amendment of the United States Constitution, as well as our open meeting laws. If there's a conflict, it's my understanding that federal law will supersede state law unless state law grants greater rights and protections. Yesterday, you lowered the flags recognizing December 7th, 1941. Those are the greatest heroes the world generation has ever known, because if we lost World War II, we'd be speaking Japanese and German with no disrespect to the either. They shed their blood, both killed in action and wounded in action, for the love of this country, the American flag, and the Constitution. And so too did my generation, for we were their children. Councilmember Sosa and Framita, I pray you read the U.S. Constitution since you made an oath to it, so as tonight is the beginning of you two new council members. I hope you read that before you swore an oath to it. Otherwise, you bring dishonor to my generation and my parents, and I won't have it. You both had courage to run. I pray you show political courage and not just what is politically correct. In closing, we veterans pray for the children of our police officers, for it is their children who are paying for the price of this hatred, and it needs to stop. It needs to stop here. At the next council meeting, I will give them back their courage. In closing, God bless America, God bless the nation of Israel, God bless military veterans, and God bless policing and their families across America. And during this Christmas, I pray that you all read from my generation, I Have a Dream, by Martin Luther King Jr. Thank you.
Thank you. Speaker number 4, please approach the podium.
Thank you, Acting Mayor, for allowing me to speak here. Thank you, community members and council members. I came here and I'm addressing the appointment to mayor. And we know that you want to place Chola Formenta there. I call her that. Why do I call her that? A candidate who was running against her during the recent election, she cornered him. He was out in front of a store, passing out flyers, talking to people. And she attacked him, touching him 2 times. No one has a right to put their hands on anyone. No one. That is the problem in society, and she is part of the problem. She is part of the cancer the gentleman was talking about. She's putting her hands on people where they don't belong. He has witnesses. A retired doctor was there with him. Workers were there, cameras, they saw everything. They had to call the police, file reports. And yet she sits there and says, I want to be a part of helping the community. How do you help the community when you grab them with your hands? Nobody has the right to do that. We try to train little kids to not touch other people, to talk, to accept ways that are different. She hasn't learned that yet. She's the cancer. You have a lot of cancer sitting there. And she's also the cancer that's trying to work to get you out. And there's all these cancers here. Instead of accepting Ms. Alvarez, that's all of you I'm talking to, all you cholos and cholas that are sitting there, you've done everything you do to go against her. Instead of bringing her in, working with her, teaching her the ropes, you're doing everything you do to get rid of her. Now, this candidate who ran against Chola Formenta, he has a right to be there. He has a right to talk to his constituents. He has a right to knock on doors. He has a right to express his views and let them know what he can do. But you don't have the right, she doesn't have the right to touch him. There are a lot of people who run for different candidates. I've never heard of someone going over there and attacking your competitor. And I've helped on a lot of campaigns. So whether you agree or disagree, you have to learn to accept what somebody is doing. You have to agree. We have to learn to agree to disagree. But you have this Chola sitting there. You really want a Chola sitting there representing the constituents? Do they know what she's done? I know we're getting it out there. We're telling people what she did. You're over here laughing, saying our signs to have her resign. She should resign. And all of you should be behind that and forcing her to resign. She's a total disgrace. She's a disgrace to the community. She's a disgrace to a woman. We're trying to push women up there, and look at how she behaves. She shouldn't be in this position. And I stand by that. She is a true chola. And, you know, and you may laugh about that, but that's what she is. That's where she comes from. That's the way she is. When somebody behaves like that, remember, that's what they really are like. And for those who are really, she's working behind to get Catherine out, shame on you. Shame on you. Because Catherine has the right to be here. You know why? Because she cares about the community. You don't care about the community. She fights for the community. And she stands by the community. And you guys don't. You just steal from the community, whatever you can. She's fighting for rent control, and you don't want that. You don't want any of that. So I'm standing here saying the chola must resign. Thank you.
Speaker number 5, please approach the podium.
Speaker number 5, that would indeed be me. So I would like to expand on what the speaker just said. I see that there's an email going around where people are giving some facts that they were given by the police department. So in case there's anything that's not clear, so on the evening of October 25th at 10:44 p.m., the Downey Police Department received a call. It says caller name Claudia Frametta. It says that she said Joaquin Beltran at the Ralph's harassing customers with campaign flyers. Then by 10:03 p.m., 15 seconds later, she specifies male, Hispanic, gray suit. Then 30 seconds after that, she says that she's a council member. It says reporting party is a council member, saying male is being intrusive with customers. Okay, so then the dispatcher says, okay, we're gonna send people over. And it says that there were 5 cruisers sent over, and that happened. The priority was high. So obviously the big things there are that A, she specifies a name, Joaquin Beltran, her political opponent and resident constituent in District 4, at a specific place, the Ralph's, quote, harassing customers with campaign flyers. I don't think he was harassing. I wasn't there, but I witnessed him handing out flyers to other customers, and he was not harassing. And then it seems that the workers, the managers said to the police that no one had complained, and that he told Ms. Frametta when so she called, then she gets out of her car and goes and tells Mr. Beltran to leave, to not be there, while, according to his statement, grabbing his shoulder, and then going inside and talking to the manager and making a ruckus in there. And the manager says, well, it really, anyone can be out there. That is true. That is the prune yard decision. That's what gives people freedom of speech at shopping malls. So then she came out and apparently again touched him. So all of that is very concerning. And also I see that there's additional information going around straight from Detective Hill over at the Downey PD, and they are saying that it was handed over to the district attorney as an assault and battery case. It was handed over on the 11th, November 28th, 2022 for consideration. So it's my understanding that, it'll take some time, they'll look at it, they'll maybe investigate a little bit more. It's taking many months. So I would like to know what is going to happen with that. Like the speaker did bring up Ms. Alvarez. Okay, so she's facing a recall for the Michael stuff and the welfare stuff from a long time ago, but this seems to be happening right here, right now. And what's going to happen with that? Are we going to see what's going to happen? Because this is, it's a assault and battery. That's what the police are saying. So it's very important to be transparent about this. Thanks.
Speaker number 6, please approach the podium.
May I start? Well, I just kind of want to give my little short year event speech here. I want to start off with the good, right? We got Gabriel Ramirez elected to El Monte City Council. We got our allies also elected. And we got this young man elected the mayor of Linwood, or council member of Linwood. And it's been such a fun year. Thanks to me, Ms. Frometa, you were able to implement green solar panels, something that I've advocated for in the beautiful city of Downey. And, and that's the good. The ugly is Mr. Trujillo making fun of me, saying that I'm jealous of him at his fundraiser with Janice Hahn. Mr. Trujillo, you need to make sure you tailor that suit before anything. And, and that's the bad. There's a lot of bad things that are going on, but I really think that, you, Claudia Frometa, assaulting your opponent, that's below the belt. I don't think it's appropriate for you. Joaquin, he's a nice guy. He's educated. He would do such a great job being an elected official. And the fact that you barred him by calling the police with a level report of 5, which is like code red, that's really bad on your part. And to me, that's such hooligan behavior. And, I just don't think that, that's appropriate from somebody like you. And, I want to go back to the good. It's so funny to me that it took 2 attempts to try to recall Catherine. And, she's trying to do good. She may not be perfect, but she's fought for rent control. And, if you didn't know, the city of West Hollywood was founded on rent control. And, Catherine's not in the pockets of the developers. We really have to question who's in the pockets of developers. And, it's really sad that while we try to make this city a better city, there's double speak and there's things that are going on behind the scenes that shouldn't be going on. And, Blanca Pacheco and Bobby that are, Bobby's going to Congress. Well, why is he going to Congress? He's going to protect OMLO. OMLO has given so much money to Bobby. It's just bad news. Bad news for democracy, bad news for Long Beach, bad news for Downey, and bad news for, Southeast LA. And, it's just very sad how Mr. Robert Garcia took money from the railroad industry. And it really wasn't about the sick days. It was really about allowing the railroad workers to have some time to, get to work days off. The total mainstream media rephrased this. They politicized it, and you get people like AOC, saying there's a victory. But guess what? Last time that they got a victory, they had to lower their benefits, so it's a loss. So while we sit here, in our $500,000 jobs, some people are suffering. Our most essential workers don't have the protections, and it's just bad news for the city of Downey. And I won't mention the ugly because it's just ugly, 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 ugly. And I'm sure that the community is going to become aware of what's going on here in the city, and we're going to hold those people accountable. Thank you. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Speaker number 7, please approach the podium.
Hi, everyone. My name is Joaquin Beltran. I'm a Downey son. I went to school here. I built a small business here. I was student body president at Cal State LA. At that time, I've known many of you here for over a decade, and I care about you. And I know that you have cared about me. I even remember a conversation I had with a council member, Mario Trujillo, in his home at a party, where he encouraged me to run for city council and also run for Congress. And so, my life has been filled with public service and helping others, helping my family, and helping my community. And that's the reason I ran for office. I even thought the council member, Clyda Fermetta, I thought, okay, she's a decent person. We just differ on the issues. I did not anticipate to experience what I experienced during that campaign by the violence and abuse of power of Claudia Fermetta, okay? And I want to share with you, everyone here, what happened. I was just campaigning, speaking with residents. One of them, a 70-year-old doctor who was an amazing person. And Claudia Fermetta with her husband pulled up in their white car. She charges towards me, okay? Cites a false ordinance that doesn't exist, saying I couldn't be there, I have no permission. She grabs me, says, I'm going to call the police. I say I do have permission. She goes inside, intimidates the Ralph's manager to take down flyers I had. And you probably saw them on top of the LA Times stand. Okay, she did that. Comes back outside, violently grabs me again. I told her I told her very plainly, don't touch me. The manager said I was doing everything right. Anyone could be out there. Me and the community member were both shaken by what happened. That doesn't happen. Who does that? That is not okay for that to happen to anybody. Anybody. Doesn't matter if they're running for office, whatever. Whatever they do in our beautiful city. City council members are here to protect, not to commit crimes, not to commit harm towards residents. That is a violation. And so we went over to speak to the police who were just 100 feet away, me, the Ralph's manager, the community member, and they said I had done nothing wrong. And the managers told him, hey, he was within his right. Anyone can be out there. What Claudia Fermetta did was she called the police and told them a lie, something that was not happening. She instigated a high priority call. High priority calls are reserved for when someone's life is in danger. When someone's life is in danger. And we see what happens, okay? When police are called because they are told there's a problem and they come out there looking for that problem. Now, the police did nothing wrong. They just did, they received the call and they went out. It was based on a lie. It put me in danger. It put the community member I was with in danger. This should have never happened to anybody. Right now, what's going on is the case has been submitted to the district attorney's office for assault and battery. This is a big deal. This should not be happening at all, okay? And so it's been submitted for filing consideration to the DA's office. I'm calling for her resignation. We deserve better in our city, okay? And we should all expect better from our public officials. I want to thank you for your time, for your support, and for everyone whose friendship I have here. Thank you.
Now is the time for consent calendar items. Items number 9 and 11 will be pulled from the consent calendar and brought to a future meeting. Are there any council members that would like to remove or abstain from an item?
Yes. Oh,
I'll abstain from item number 2 under the consent calendar as I wasn't on council.
I need to abstain from item number 16 as it is a conflict for me. I need to recuse myself.
and I need to recuse myself from items 4, 5, 6, and 7, because I have a conflict.
Is there a motion and second to approve the consent calendar?
So moved.
Second.
The consent calendar is approved with Councilmember Trujillo abstaining from item numbers 4, 5, 6, and 7. Councilmember Sosa abstaining from item number 2. And Councilmember Frometa abstaining from item number 16.
There are 2 administrative reports this evening. Appoint the mayor pro tem and mayor for 2023. Eden City Manager Scott, is there any staff report for item number 18?
Yes, our terrific, hardworking city clerk will give that report.
Mayor Pro Tem and members of the City Council, item number 18 is the appointment of the mayor and mayor pro tem for 2023. Mayor Pro Tem, would you like to open
I
nominations?
will now open nominations for mayor pro tem for 2023.
Madam Mayor Pro Tem, I have a motion. Let me make a motion that we appoint Councilwoman Claudia Frometa to be our mayor for 2023.
Mario, we're talking about the pro tem.
Oh, I just jumped ahead of it. Okay.
Motion denied and sustained.
I would like to make a motion to call Mario Trujillo as a mayor pro tem.
And am I supposed to? I'll second that.
Here we have a motion from Mayor Pro Tem Alvarez and a second from Councilmember Sosa to appoint Councilmember Mario Trujillo as Mayor Pro Tem.
Yes.
Please vote. The motion is approved unanimously.
I will now open nominations for mayor for 2023.
Now, I will make my motion that we appoint Councilwoman Claudia Frometa to be Downey's mayor for 2023.
Is there any motion?
I'll second that.
Please vote.
The motion is approved with
Poor loser.
The motion is approved with Mayor Pro Tem Alvarez voting no.
Discuss option for filling the council vacancy for District 1. Adopt the resolutions calling and giving notice of a special municipal election to be held on November 7, 2023, to fill a vacancy on the City Council for District 1. Adopt a resolution of the City Council of the City of Downey, California, calling and giving notice of a special municipal election to be held in the City Electoral District 1 on Tuesday, November 7, 2023, to fill a vacancy on the City Council as required by the provisions of the City Charter and the laws of the State of California relating to charter cities. Adopt a resolution of the City Council of the City of Downey, California, requesting the Board of Supervisors of the County of Los Angeles to render full services to the city relating to the conduct of special municipal election to be held on Tuesday, November 7, 2023, to fill a vacancy on the City Council. And adopt a resolution in the City Council of the City of Downey, California, adopting regulations for the candidates for elected offices pertaining to candidates' statements submitted to the voters at the special municipal election to be held on Tuesday, November 7, 2023. The council may either initiate the process to temporarily appoint an eligible successor for the time period until the November 7, 2023 special municipal election takes place, or choose not to make a temporary appointment and leave the seat vacant until the November 7, 2023 special municipal election takes place. Inter-City Manager Scott, is there any staff report for item number 19?
The city clerk will again make the report.
Thank you, Mr. Scott. Good evening, Mayor and members of the City Council. The item before you this evening has two parts. First, staff is recommending that the City Council call and give notice of a special municipal election to be held on November 7, 2023, to fill the vacancy on the council for District 1 caused by former Mayor Pacheco's resignation due to her election to the State Assembly. As you are aware, on December 4th, Councilmember Pacheco delivered her letter of resignation to the city clerk, and her seat is officially vacant. Pursuant to the Downey City Charter, Section 503A, if a vacancy occurs 1 year or more before the next general municipal election, the City Council shall immediately cause a special municipal election to be held to elect an eligible successor to serve during the term of such vacant office. While the charter requires a special election to be held, it does not identify when the special election shall be held. Therefore, state law will guide the process pursuant to Government Code Section 36512B1, which states the special election shall be held on the next regularly established election date, not less than 114 days from the call of the special election. A person elected to fill a vacancy holds office for the unexpired term of the former incumbent. The three resolutions attached to the staff report were prepared in order to call a special municipal election for November 7 to fill the vacant seat for the remainder of its term, which would be until the November 5th, 2024 general municipal election. Staff recommends that the council adopt these resolutions this evening in order to comply with the city charter. The second part asks that the council discuss and select one of two options. Number one, temporarily appoint an eligible successor to the council seat until the special election takes place. Excuse me, sir, you're interrupting me. I'm sorry. Do you mind, please?
What was that?
You're interrupting me.
Oh, excuse me. Don't interrupt me.
I'm sorry. Number one, temporarily appoint an eligible successor to the council seat until the special election takes place. Downey City Charter, Section 503E states that in any case where the city council is required to cause a special election to be held to fill a vacancy in any office, it may temporarily appoint an eligible person to fill said vacancy until an elected successor's term commences following said special election. If the city council first determines and declares by resolution that such temporary appointment is essential to the proper conduct of city business. Since the vacancy is occurring more than a year before the term of office for District 1 is set to expire, November 2024, the council has the option to appoint an eligible person to the City Council District 1 seat to serve until the holding of a special municipal election if it determines that such temporary appointment is essential to the proper conduct of city business. The City Council has 60 days from the vacancy, which was December 4, 2022, to temporarily appoint an eligible successor to fill the vacancy. The deadline to make an appointment would be no later than February 2nd, 2023. The method of the appointment. There is no particular process the council must follow prior to appointment. It is common in such situations for the council to post a notice of vacancy and invite applications from eligible persons to apply. Those persons eligible to apply to fill the vacancy for District 1 are those who are 18 years of age or older and reside and are registered to vote in District 1 30 days immediately preceding the effective date of the vacancy, which is in this case, should be registered by or before November 4th, 2022. Per Downey City Charter, Section 503G, the council may interview applicants, and such interviews must be done at either a regular or special meeting, which is noticed and published as a public hearing, which allows for public comment, deliberating by the council, and the appointment must be done at the public meeting. Should the council wish to appoint an applicant to temporarily fill the vacancy, the city clerk would advertise notice of the vacancy and provide an application form similar to an employment application. The council may require additional information, including the completion of a candidate statement, a Form 700, resume, or other desired information the council may wish to consider in an application. Attached to this report is a draft of an application for your review and input. At the close of the application filing period, the city clerk will review completed applications and submit eligible applications to the city council. The city clerk will coordinate the applicant interviews with the city council during a public hearing. In addition, it is recommended that a set list of questions be established for all applicants to answer. Each council member would submit to the city clerk 2 or 3 questions to be used in the interview process. The proposed schedule. Should the council choose the option and want to fill the position as soon as possible, the following timeline is proposed. That would be to open the application period on December 9, 2022, which is tomorrow, and close the application period on January 9th, 2023 at 12 noon. The application review period would be January 10th through January 16th. The council would submit interview questions to the city clerk by January 17th. And the public hearing, candidate interviews, and council deliberations would take place on January 24th, which is our regular city council meeting. The appointment and seating would then take place at a special meeting on January 26, 2022. If the council is unable to make an appointment within the 60-day deadline, again, February 2nd, 2023, the seat will remain vacant until the November 2023 special municipal election, when a qualified candidate is elected by the voters in District 1. If the council elects this option, the council is asked to provide their input on the method and timetable for appointment of a successor to temporarily fill the vacancy for District 1. Option number 2 would be to make no appointment and leave the seat vacant until a special municipal election takes place. The city council may elect not to temporarily fill the vacancy for the council District 1 seat. In such case, the seat will remain vacant and the voters in District 1 will elect a qualified candidate to fill the vacancy at the special municipal election to take place on November 7, 2023. This concludes my report. I am available for any questions, and also our election attorney, Jim Priest, is on the line, and I believe our city attorney has an announcement.
Were there also revisions that you wanted to read into the record for the resolutions?
Yeah, those will be handled by Mr. Priest.
Okay.
Jim, are you there?
I am Madam City Clerk. Thank you very much, Madam Pro Tem. If I may, there are just a couple of edits that we would suggest to two of the resolutions. The first resolution that calls the special election, we would recommend striking section 4 that refers to November 7th being an all-mail ballot election. November 7th would not be an all-mail ballot election, so that language is in error. It would be a standard election, which would be vote by mail ballots as well as having voting centers, as we just did in November. So we would recommend striking that section. And then section 5 of that resolution makes some references to electoral district 5. That was a typo. We would be changing that language to say electoral district 1, and then also removing the reference to all mail ballot election. In the second resolution, requesting the county to render full services, there is also one recital, the third recital, that makes a reference to an all-mail ballot special election. And again, we would remove that one piece of language because, again, this would not be an all-mail ballot election. It would be a standard election. And with that, I'm happy to answer any questions the council may have. I have spoken with Ms. Duarte before the meeting, and should the council adopt these resolutions tonight, the city clerk's office can administratively make these corrections to the language. Thank you.
I do have a question, City Clerk. This process would be, again, for purposes of clarification for our residents and those watching via YouTube, this would be, if we choose to follow the process for temporarily filling this vacancy via appointment, this would be a very similar process to what we conducted to fill the vacancy in District 2. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Does any council member has any questions or comments?
I have a question in terms of the timeline. The 60 days would start ticking if we had passed a resolution tonight, so tomorrow would be day 1?
Actually, the 60 days started running when former mayor submitted her letter of resignation. So
Got it.
December 4th, and the 60th day is February 2nd, 2023.
Thank you.
Thank you. I don't have any further questions. I would like to make a motion to initiate the process to temporarily appoint an eligible successor for the time period until the November 7th, 2023 special municipal election takes place, in taking consideration those amendments to the attorney just mentioned.
So
Second
adoption
the
of the
motion.
resolution.
The adoption of the
and
resolution, yes.
Option A, 2A.
Option A, with the schedule that is, that was provided to us. Opening it as of tomorrow, the 9th, and then closure January 10th. Excuse me, January 9th. So I make that motion? Councilmember
that
Trujillo
motion.
seconds?
City Attorney, can we take two separate motions? One to adopt the resolutions and then one to adopt that first option,
Prefer it
please?
that way, that's fine for the record.
We're set up for that.
Okay.
Okay, I'll make a motion to introduce the resolution then.
Give me 1 second, please.
And thank you, Jim. We appreciate you being on the line.
Thank you.
The motion to adopt the resolutions is approved unanimously.
And the second motion I'd like to make is to move forward with the appointment to fill this vacancy.
Second.
I'll second.
Okay.
Can you please vote? The motion is approved unanimously.
city council is adjourned. The city council is adjourned.
Yeah, I think that's just an adjournment motion.
Actually, Mayor Pro Tem, before we adjourn the meeting, I would like to call up Assembly Member Blanca Pacheco. At this time, I would like to invite her to please come forward, and as is tradition, the former mayor will place the mayor pin on the newly appointed mayor. So, Mayor Rometa, can you please step forward?
Just want to say it's an honor to place this pin of mayor onto our future, or incoming mayor. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Shall we? Pictures?
Go ahead.
Let's go take pictures.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want to give this one to Mario?
The city council meeting is now adjourned in memory of Riverside County Sheriff Daniel Jacks Jr. and daughter Hannah Jacks, killed in vehicle accident, and the lives of lost due to COVID-19. 5 minutes of silence. Meeting adjourned.